I hand-fed my husband a poisoned breakfast, but laughed as I played my children's last recordings to the sound of police sirens. When the coroner declared cyanide poisoning, I pulled out the basement surveillance tape he signed and played it in court. Not only did I disclose the family secret for 20 years, but I also exposed the falsification of White Moonlight's pregnancy test report in the live trial. I intended to die with my enemy, but I didn't expect the twins' diary to be exposed in the chain of evidence. Even his dying tears of repentance were no match for the children's "Happy Birthday Daddy" written in the cracks of the wall. Just because my twin son and daughter, Chris Roberts and Chloe Roberts, made my husband's childhood sweetheart unhappy, my husband ordered someone to lock them in the basement. I knelt on the ground, crying and pleading. They're still young and it's pitch black in the basement. They will be scared. I'm their mom, so you can punish me if you want. However, my husband was hugging his childhood sweetheart and looking down at me condescendingly. It's because you spoil your children too much that they don't know how to behave themselves. I'm their dad. Don't I have the right to discipline my own children? The children were starving in the basement. Then they found a bag of dried shrimp from somewhere and consumed it. That night, they suffered from suffocation, then rushed to the hospital due to seafood allergies and received emergency treatment. However, I saw on social media, my husband was celebrating his childhood sweetheart's pregnancy. When Cesario's sister, Madison Roberts, arrived at the hospital, I was slumped at the door of the emergency room. Madison, I don't want anything. I just want Chris and Chloe to be well. The light in the emergency room was still on. My heart hurt so much like a knife stabbing me. Madison looked at me with eyes full of pity. Stop saying such things for now. The safety of your children is the most important thing. When they are out of danger, I will definitely teach Cesario a lesson. Before Cesario's sister could finish her words, I handed my phone to her with trembling hand. I showed a post Emma had posted on her social media half an hour ago. She posted a photo of a color ultrasound examination report, which clearly showed her 6 weeks pregnancy, and she wrote the caption, "You are the child we have been waiting for. We will always love you." Madison suddenly paused her words and after a moment, she spoke again in a hesitant voice. "I'll call Cesario right now. Don't worry, you're the only daughter-in-law our family has chosen." I dialed Cesario's phone number right now. As soon as I pressed the hands-free button, his impatient voice came out from the receiver. "Do you want to talk nonsense about Chris and Chloe being rescued again? I just locked them up for a day. How did it get to the point where they needed to be rescued? Can you find a decent excuse? Serena, you really make me sick." Before I could say anything, he hung up the phone impatiently. Madison's face turned pale in an instant, as if she did not know how to persuade me anymore. My tears streamed down my face. "Madison, I have nothing left. I only have a son and a daughter. Please, let me go. Let my son and daughter go." Just as Madison was about to say something, the lights in the emergency room went out. I hurriedly got up from the ground and rushed to the doctor, but the doctor just shook his head. "Your children suffered from throat edema due to seafood allergy. They had been suffocated for too long. When they were taken to the hospital, they were already in shock. We have done our best. We offer our condolences." As the doctor spoke, the 2 hospital beds had already been pushed out of the emergency room and the 2 small bodies were covered with white cloth without a sound. I could not hold on any longer. My legs went limp and I fell to the ground. When Cesario's sister contacted the funeral home to handle the funeral arrangements, I followed her like a wandering soul. Until the bodies were carried onto the funeral home's car, I rushed to the front of the car as if I had realized something and held on to the door tightly to prevent them from leaving. "My son and daughter are not dead. Where are you taking them? Give my son and daughter back to me. Let them go. I want to take them home. I want to take them home." Cesario's sister hugged me and yelled at me while crying. "Okay, Serena, okay. I know you're sad. It's okay. It's okay." A few people pulled me apart with all their might and the moment my hands completely escaped from the door, the hearse drove away. As I watched the hearse getting farther and farther away from me, I finally could not hold on any longer. I closed my eyes and lost consciousness. When I woke up again, I was in the manor of the Roberts family. Madison was standing by my bed with red and swollen eyes. Seeing me open my eyes, Cesario's sister quickly wiped away the tears from the corners of her eyes. "Serena, are you awake? Do you want some water? Are you hungry?" I tried to force a smile, but tears rolled down the corners of my eyes. "Madison, please let me go. I have nothing left now." Her body was taken aback, as if she had made up her mind about something and spoke softly. "Okay, I'll go talk to Grandpa." Watching Madison leave the room, I could not hold back any longer and cried loudly, covering my eyes with the back of my hands. I came to the Roberts family when I was 6 years old. Cesario's grandfather, Leander Roberts, and my grandfather, Oliver Hukin, were old comrades in arms. They had a life and death friendship. When I was 3 years old, my parents passed away and I was raised by my grandfather, and when I was 6 years old, my grandfather also passed away. Then I no longer had any relatives in this world. It was Leander who brought me back to the Roberts family and raised me as his own granddaughter. I had to say that over the years, both Leander and Madison had treated me very well, like their own granddaughter and only daughter-in-law. So for the past 7 years, no matter how bad my husband was, I stayed at home peacefully, doing housework and raising children for him. I used to think that all I had to do in my life was raise and take care of my twin son and daughter, but now, I had nothing left. I did not know how long it passed, but Madison walked into my room again. Grandpa asked you to go find him in the study room. When I walked into the study, Leander sat on the old rocking chair and looked at me with eyes full of heartache. Dear, I've heard everything. It's my stubbornness that has delayed you over the years. Your son and daughter will be cremated tomorrow. When the funeral is over, you can leave if you want. It was that brat who betrayed you. He is not worthy of you. I did not say anything and just nodded to the old man. I bent down and watched tears fall onto the floor. I was grateful to the Roberts family for raising me for more than 20 years, but I had no way to forgive Cesario, let alone to be his wife for the rest of my life. So, I had nothing to say, not a single word. Leander sighed deeply. Alright, you can go back to your room. As soon as I returned to the room, Cesario walked in and sneered at me. What? Are you rushing to the manor to complain to Grandpa? Serena, do you really think that if you can coax my grandpa, I will listen to you in everything? I really don't understand. Since Grandpa likes you so much, why don't you just marry my grandpa? I don't mind calling you Grandma. The moment I saw Cesario, the hatred in my heart almost consumed me. I wanted to kill him and make him pay for the lives of my children. But the next second, I heard the voices of my children. Mom, where's Dad? Is he busy at work again today? We haven't seen him in many days. Although he doesn't like us, we still miss him so much. Mom, we love you so much and we love Dad too. These were the last words my son said to me when I brought the two children out of the basement. Mom, don't blame him. It's us who made him unhappy. Don't quarrel with him because of us. I took a deep breath, without looking at Cesario again, turned around and walked to the bed and sat down. Seeing that I ignored him, he was furious. He grabbed my wrist and threw me onto the bed. He pinned my hands above my head. Why are you pretending to me? Didn't you ask Grandpa to let me come back? Why are you unhappy when I'm back now? As he spoke, he lowered his head to kiss me, but I could not break free and could only bite his lips hard. He was in pain, then suddenly turned over and sat up. Are you crazy? What are you pretending to be a chaste and virtuous woman now? Serena, you have so many tricks up your sleeve now. You said Chris and Chloe were trying to be rescued and forced me to come back. But when you found it was useless, you came to the manor to complain and asked Grandpa to put pressure on me to come home. Now that I'm home, you're playing hard to get again. In order to win my heart, you even ignored Chris and Chloe. Anyway, where are they? They are only 5 years old. In order to win my favor, you left them alone at home. You really have a vicious heart. I clenched my hands tightly into fists and interrupted his words in a cold voice. Chris and Chloe have passed away. His body suddenly froze, but after a moment, he burst into laughter. Serena, I really underestimated you. You can say anything to win favor. After saying these words, Cesario did not even look at me again. He got up and walked out to the door. The moment he opened the door, he spoke in a cold voice. You were the one who rejected me. Don't go to Grandpa and cry about me ignoring you. Otherwise I will find you even more disgusting. After the man left, the room returned to silence. I wiped my lips hard, trying to wipe off the scent of him that was on me. Cesario and I had loved to each other. On the day of my sweet 17th birthday party, Cesario, who was 20 years old, stood in front of me, with a blush on his cheeks. Serena, will you be with me? Don't worry, I will treat you well. Looking into his evasive eyes, my heart softened and I immediately nodded. In the following 2 years, Cesario almost held me in his palm, wishing to pluck all the stars in the sky in front of me. Until I was 20 years old, Leander called us over. Cesario, Serena, you have both reached the age to get married. I will choose a good day to hold your wedding. From that day on, Cesario's attitude towards me took a sharp turn for the worse, and he looked at me with impatience and disgust. I did not know what I did wrong and he did not explain to me the reason. A year after we got married, I was pregnant and he was even more unreasonable. He stayed out every night and openly brought his childhood sweetheart out in public, not caring at all what others thought of me. It was not that I had not cried and made a fuss before, but Cesario just looked at me with a disdainful and cold smile on his face. Whether it's Ms. Roberts' position or children, I've given you everything you want. What else do you have to make a fuss about? Serena, do you know? Your tears only make me sick. From that day on, I no longer looked for a reason, nor did I care about my husband fooling around outside. I just focused on raising and taking care of my children. After 7 years of marriage, he did not love me or my children. I thought that the days would pass slowly like this, and as long as I had my children around me, my life would always have hope. But now, I had even lost my children. Early in the morning, Leander and Madison took me to the funeral home.